There is a way out of the mind. But we must understand that being out of the matrix doesn't mean that it ceases to exist, that you no longer have to experience the matrix. Wisdom teaches us that we must be in the world, but not of it. When this is achieved, we can activate our now power to clear and override lower resonating energies of personhood. In this way, you don't have to participate in the lower polarized reality. You don't need unpleasant wake-up calls anymore. This is the Holodeck of Consciousness, this experience machine. And in this state, we have deliberately arranged and designed ourselves to grow, to expand, to experience, to experiment. We are the creators of our own reality. No one forces us to perceive or define things in a particular way. We are here until we embrace who we are in our intrinsic nature and power. Being spiritually awakened is being aware that we are consciousness that has split itself into varying focal points of view to co-create a convincing projected dream, to experience a unique aspect of the self. Who you are is an unfathomable concept. You are the unmoved fundamental essence of reality, the undisturbed backdrop against which all individual consciousness and experiences arise. This is your root identity. Fundamental self-organizing awareness is the quantum field of infinite possibilities, pure potential. This is the only constant. You and I are that field that has taken on the role of human conditioning. In other words, we have come from infinite consciousness to a finite point of view. You have taken on assumed identity from parental conditioning, political conditioning, historical conditioning, and economic conditioning. What you see is what you are conditioned to perceive. And the first step of going beyond the matrix is realizing that we are prisoners of these conditionings, a collection of beliefs that we have bought into, programmings that make us believe that we are a limited, finite human being. All beliefs are thoughts that we believe to be true. It's important to realize that form and activities that you see and experience are just the raw materials of awareness. And without awareness, there is no experience of reality. So there is no separate existence out there to defend, to protect. For you see all as self. This is the Oneness Principle. And everything that you experience is but thought. And it's all about the relationship that you form with thoughts, these meanings, these ideas. That is what matters most. Not the thing in and of itself, the substance, the raw materials of awareness. What meaning or definition you imbue to the relationship with these reflections or projections is completely in your control. If you choose to form a relationship out of fear with your thoughts, then it will propel you to go into denial, and you will gloss over what you signed up for here. Repressing the reflections of who you are only creates further anxiety, loneliness, and disconnect. It creates the experience of low self-worth, non-deservability, a lack of value. So own your thoughts. We live in our own world of thoughts and emotions in every now moment. We live our days in this daydream of the mind, asleep to the self, for we think that everything is somehow disconnected or apart from us. So it's important to act on the definitions that you impose on your creation that are available to you, with zero expectations to a particular outcome. Otherwise, you'll be placing conditions and limitations on yourself. Stay in the present and act on things and do it for its own sake. The outer world is not autonomous and self-existing. It all depends on you, the observer. For everything is just movements within consciousness. Even your body that you hold so dear to is nothing but a hollow prop. The appearance of the world and your physical body are equally illusory. They are nothing but dream props. Believing even one part of the illusion over another prevents you from seeing the entirety of the construct that we are participating or engaging ourselves in. Do not identify with the bodily appearance. You are the unseen witnessing awareness of existence. A self-illumined emptiness which interpenetrates all that we see and experience. Let this understanding become your medicine, your cure for the disease of identification with form. Every act that you do and every choice that you make, offer a higher soul-level perspective to it. Stay on your soul code. It is important to go beyond the constraints of the human condition, where you no longer see yourself as a mere role. The role as mother, brother, sister, co-worker, neighbor. When you could go beyond the mantra that I am what I do. Be aware of all the ego's tricks, for it is doing whatever it can to make you, as unconditioned awareness, simply a pawn. The ego's greatest trick was convincing you that it does not exist by disguising itself as you, so it can avoid being discovered. This is what keeps you in the constraints of this physical reality. It sets up the dichotomy paradigm between your pseudo-self and other pseudo-selves. This is part of the chess game, the illusions of distinctions. When you see yourself as a separate identity, who is limited, who is powerless, It relieves you of responsibility as the creator. As long as you stay in the state of mindfulness, the minute the ego steps out of line, it cannot have power over you. It cannot put you under a spell. So as awareness, you must yank the chain and take control of the narrative. The ego thrives on making itself appear as though it's invisible. But once you uncover the veil, once you see it for what it is within yourself and others, it loses its power.